Have you wanted to make broccoli and cheese soup but have never done it and want to learn how? If you do, then just keep watching. So first of all, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375 and then get 4 heads or crowns of broccoli, and cut the stems off and then cut them into little florets. I'm going to puree this soup at the end anyway, so the size of the florets doesn't really matter. I'm just going to roast the broccoli before I get the soup going. You don't have to do this step, but I think it just adds depth to the flavor of the soup. And this will also help cut down the cooking time at the end when you're letting your soup simmer. So it'll cut that down a little bit. But this is a great step added to this recipe. This is a Pioneer Woman recipe, by the way. And yeah, it's great. Okay, so on a sheet pan with parchment paper, I'm going to oil up the broccoli pretty well and then season it with just salt and pepper, real easy and simple. And then I'm going to get it into the oven. I roasted mine for about 15 minutes and it was just right. It came out just right. And make sure and toss the salt and pepper around really, really well in the broccoli. So now I'm going to start getting the soup going. So first I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in. This part isn't in the recipe, but I like garlic, so I'm putting some in. I just put in 2 or 3 cloves, chopped up some onion, grated some cheese. Now I turn the heat on this pot, probably about medium-high just to really get it going. And then I'm going to sweat out that garlic real quick before I add in the oven. Oh, here's the broccoli all done and roasted. So I just set that aside while I do everything else. So now I'm adding in the onion along with the garlic and the butter. Let that saute for 3 or 5 minutes just until it's softened. Season that good. All right, so into this stick of butter, I'm adding in a 1/3 cup of flour. And this is going to make a roux, which will help thicken the soup. And just stir the flour around really well. Let it toast for a few minutes. Get that raw flour taste out. And then we're going in with the liquid. We've got heavy cream and whole milk. The recipe calls for half and half, but I didn't have half and half. So I just used whole milk and heavy cream. It was good. Okay, and then this is kind of a secret ingredient, nutmeg. You need just a tiny pinch of it. I almost put in too much, but it just adds a little extra depth of something in the back of the soup there. When you're eating it, it's really good. And then just a little bit more salt and pepper. Very good. And then I'm going to add in the roasted broccoli. I love the color of it. It's so pretty and vibrant and green. And then give it a nice stir. And then we're going to let it cook, covered, simmer for about 20 minutes I did, 15, 20 minutes. And then add in the cheddar cheese, about 3 cups. This is Colby Jack. You could use sharp, you could use, mild, whatever your tastes are. Just go ahead and throw that in. I thought it was a little bit thick here, so I added in 1 cup of chicken stock just to thin it out a little bit. Probably because of the heavy cream there, it just got a little bit too thick, but it's fine. The soup was so good. It was so perfect for wintertime. It was so creamy and comforting and delicious. And here I am pureeing it. You could use the blender if you want, but I have this immersion blender, so I'm using that instead. It's really easy and convenient to do it that way. And then here we go. It's all done. Look how gorgeous and steamy. Oh, so good. This soup was amazing. I made this for my daughter. She is recovering from surgery on her jaw, and this is what she wanted. Okay, so now it's all cooled to room temperature. So I'm just saving a little bit aside to put in the fridge so we can have it for leftovers the next couple days. And then I'm going to freeze it. So I have this freezer mold from Amazon for soups. And I'm just, they're 1 cup sections. I'll link this in the description for you. I really like this thing. I haven't used it yet. This is my first time. But you're just going to want to put your cooled soup in there, leaving a little bit of room at the top for when it expands when it freezes, and then put it in the freezer, and it's good for 2 months. So this is really fun. I love this soup, and I hope you really try it. I'll have everything linked in the description box for you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.